Hello viewers, update 1.31 has dropped in Gran Turismo 7, a huge update. We're going to see new cars, new tracks, the physics have been changed, and the leaderboards have been wiped, plus a lot more. So let's start off with the 5 new cars added, as you can see listed here. It's very nice to see a DTM car added to the game. Here it is, the RS5 Turbo. It's in Group 2, and it costs 1 million credits. There it is. So it's going to be interesting to see how quick this thing is in Group 2. I'd imagine it's going to be a daily race next week, but we'll see. We also had this absolute monster added into the game, the Toyota Alphard, which also happens to be the car of the brand new time trial, which has just started. They've also added this, the Mazda 3 from 2019 for 37,000 credits. The other 2 cars available are Porsches, as you can see here on the left, the 959 for 1.75 mil. And the Carrera GTS for 2.5 million. So that's the cars. Let's take a look at the 2 new tracks. So Nürburgring Endurance and Nürburgring Sprint. So obviously Nürburgring already existed in the game, but it's 2 new layouts. And Endurance, let's take a look at first. So this is the layout they use in the NLS, the Nürburgring Endurance series. And you take the first couple of corners as normal. Section. And as you come out of turn 4, you then have this hairpin to the right. This is also the hairpin that is used in the sprint circuit. So then you cut off basically the bottom part of the GP circuit. And also, just as a note, this car has DRS, you might notice, flashing up at the bottom right of the screen. But then for this circuit, you eventually come to this chicane, and it uses the much nicer chicane. So it avoids the NGK chicane and uses this faster one, and then you do the rest of the Nordschleife from here. So that's that track. And as for the sprint, as you can see at the map at the top right of the screen, it is essentially the GP circuit, but with the cut through utilised. So again, as you come out of turn number 4, we're not going to be turning left, we're going to be turning to the right here, into the cut through, and yeah, it shortens the lap by quite a lot. This will be really fun, I think, in Group 4. And yeah, this version uses the horrible chicane, which I hate. So next up on the list is a bunch of new events at Nürburgring, Kyoto and Tokyo Expressway, presumably utilising the new tracks and the cars. For the photographers out there, the Sakura location has been added into Scapes, a couple of new cafe menus for cafe enthusiasts. So we can have some new conversations in the cafe with the brand new car designers and characters, Jeremy and Stella. Well, I hope those conversations are riveting. So this is quite a big one as well. We have 120 Hz output is now supported, and also VRR, so variable refresh rate. So there is this link which takes you to this page, but I mean, this doesn't help too much. It just shows you where the menu, the settings are. So you have to go up to the top left, options, display settings, and then it should be here. So you just press on. 120 Hz output, obviously your screen has to be compatible. To do VRR, you need to go to the settings menu, then to screen and video, and then you turn it on here. My TV doesn't support it, unfortunately, but you know, if yours does, then great. So yeah, 120 FPS, pretty cool update that is. So next up is a multiplayer update, keyboard camera switching. And as you can see, basically this allows you to plug in a keyboard and use the keyboard to change the cameras that are being used when watching a multiplayer replay. And I don't think there's too much more to say on that. I think this was an update that they did in GT Sport as well, because I'm getting serious deja vu right now. So some sport mode update. In the online championships, different leagues will have different penalty settings and race regulation. Different penalties, we'll have to see exactly what that means when we play the game and get stupid penalties, presumably. For Season 4 of the upcoming exhibition series, the race schedule for GT2 and GT3 leagues will feature more entry slots. So we had like 8 or 9 entry slots last time for the last league, so I'm guessing there's more if you're in GT2 and GT3. So this next change is huge. Physics simulation model. The physics in the game are now different. Now, this is going to require another video for me to go through and really explain exactly what the changes are. If you head onto this link that they give, it takes you to this page and it goes through what these changes are. And after reading all these changes, it seems to be that overall stability is a lot higher. So the cars shouldn't be sliding about so much, and especially on curbs as well. So it says here, the ability to drive over curbs and bumps. Tyre physics have changed, improved stability when turning in at low speeds and over curbs. The tyre wear model and the tyre heating has changed, and aquaplaning has changed as well. Some of the aerodynamics have changed in Formula cars, so we have to see if the dirty air has changed, but it doesn't look like it has, maybe in Formula cars only. This is about the third or fourth time they've changed the physics in the game, so it's going to take a while to really work out exactly what is different. So these 2 points here are quite big, relating to controller handling, steering and force feedback. A lot of people have been complaining about the way that the game feels on a controller, so it looks like they're trying to address that. Some changes to assists and the way that they're formatted, but that doesn't change too much, to be honest. But yeah, a complete overhaul of the physics. We're gonna have to dive in with that on another video and see exactly what the changes are. Legend Cars prices have been revised based on the real life valuations from Gran Turismo partner Haggerty. So if you go to the Legend Car dealership, so the prices here will be based on real life valuations. To be fair, I thought they were doing that anyway, so I don't know what that really changes. So next up is World Circuits, the License Center and missions. And for all of these, they've reset the leaderboard. On missions, not for everything, but for the drag races. But on the licenses, all the leaderboards have been reset. Also in circuit experience, ranking boards for all events have been reset. This therefore gives me a chance to get a world number 1 before all the good players log in. There we go, top 5 in the world is better than 6th, so that's about as good as I'll ever get. And you don't get the prize money again, even though you're getting another gold. So as I said, License Center, ranking boards have been reset. Missions, they just adjusted some of the events and reset the drag races. Then a couple of other changes. Scapes, the avatar driver will now be selected as default when the onboard driver is enabled. I mean, that's something everyone wanted. You know, we all wanted that. A couple of other little changes. The one that I found quite interesting was race display added a track map display during the pit menu. Let's take a look at that. So we head into the pit lane. As you can see on the right hand side of the screen, the track map remains, and yeah, that's something that should have been there before, to be honest, but it just allows you to keep track of the race, where people are as you're pitting, which is pretty cool. And there we have it. Thank you for your continued support. Please continue to enjoy Gran Turismo 7. Well, there we have it, guys. Update 1.31, pretty big, lots of changes. I'm gonna have to go through a lot of that. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.